this topic. I'll start from story that it's written in Gemara, Masechet Shabbat, about Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yehuda Nasi. Once someone came to him and he says, I have to confess in front of you. Yeah, what's a confess? I slept with your wife.
You slept?
Slept. No.
Sleep.
He slept.
Oh.
And your children, they're from me.
Ooh.
If it's interesting to you, I can tell you exactly where it's written. It's written in Gemara, Shabbat, page 30. 30. Lamed, Amud Bet. And Rabbi Yehuda listened to him. He says, wow. Listen, do you want to drink some glass of wine? He says, yes. Okay. He, how is it? Pull it. Pull it.
No, pour.
He pour.
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 P-O-U-R.
P-O-U-R.
Pour.
Pour. Uh-huh. He poured him a glass of wine, he drank and left. And that's the end of the story.
Oh.
Now, if Rabbi Yehuda would believe him, have to get divorced from his wife, and all his children, they are mamzerim. They cannot get married with a Jewish woman and mamzer. It's a terrible thing. But Rabbi Yehuda didn't believe him. And that's why he didn't relate to what he says really. And I want to ask you, what do you think? How he can be sure? It's serious halakha question. Serious question. If it's true, it's like a terrible thing, catastrophe. But how he can be sure that she didn't betray him? Didn't cheat him? How he can know? What do you think?
Maybe he was a loyal himself to the wife. So in his
No, she will deny it. She said, no, it's.
No, I mean his kavanah. Maybe he was completely direct, pure to the wife. So he didn't have any thought in his mind the wife would do that, because he didn't have something related to cheating to women.
Mm-hmm.
He trusted her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't suspect her. So I would say he knew his wife. He knew that she's not that type of woman that would do this.
Okay. I also will check my phone because sometimes we forget. Okay. So today we'll talk about how it gets it in English, fidelity in Jewish family. Once some couple came to me and to counseling, and the wife said that she suspected her husband that he cheat her. I say, why? What's your evidence? She says, I came to his office where he's working. He sits in the same room with some woman, young woman. They sitting two people and they work in this office. And when I get close to their door where they're sitting, I hear that both of them, they are laughing. And she said to him, "Leave me alone, you are crazy." I don't know if it's in English also. There is some, but in Hebrew, it's "Azov oti mishugachat." Yeah, like, oh, you are crazy. No, like a mishugachat. It's like you cannot say that to stranger. You say it only to close people that are close to you.
Casual.
Intimacy, yeah. This is an intimate expression. In English, it's also right to say you're crazy. It's also like a. And he says, and she says, when I opened the door, I saw that they are sit once in front of each other, and they didn't touch to each other. And he says, "No, we just joke. It's a joke. We joke. It's just nothing. It's nothing." And I said to him that I think that he traitor. Say, why? Say, because you create this kind of atmosphere between you that this is fidelity. Even if you didn't have any sexual connection with this woman, it's an atmosphere. And in Hebrew, it's like you can play with these two words, atmosphere and transgression. It's the same word, avira shel avera. Avira shel avera. Avera, it's transgression, and avira, it's atmosphere. We have to remember that in Jewish approach to modesty, into family life, there is no such a thing, friendship between man and woman. There is no such a thing. Between man and woman can be only love. With your brother and sister, mother and son, only love. If not love, no connection, no friendship. Just official formal attitude. And that mistake that a lot of religious people do. They come to friends, like a friend come to some couple to visit, like two neighbors, two friends. They come to Shabbos meal, and they sit, four of them, around the table, and they start to talk. Woman talk to another husband, and husband talk to another woman. They talk across. They are friends. And when they walk in the street after the meal, when they go like for some walking, they go husband with wife of his friend, and she go with this, and they talk in street like I think they go. And I think it's a great mistake. And a lot of tragedies happen because of that. I personally know some religious guy with long beard and very, very frum guy. He worked in some settlement that I live there. And one day, he has 8 children, father of 8 children. one day he came to his wife and he says, I want to divorce. She says, why? Ask why. He says, I love someone else. Who this else? In his office works some young girl, 18 years old. He's 42, something like that, and she's 18. And he won't marry her. He didn't cheat her. He didn't cheat his wife. He didn't, no. He just want to divorce, according to law, everything is good. No, can you call that the fidelity?
What he did, is that fidelity?
Yes.
No, because he's married and he opened himself up to the possibility of being with some other woman, even though he didn't do anything, but he still entertained the possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's fidelity. How come? How far? What's the reason the husband has this idea? Like maybe they talk together, and by talking they develop something. Then maybe there's a.
But he didn't touch her.
Yeah, that necessarily.
She's 18 years old,
If the
good
reason is because he had a
religious
problem with
girl.
his wife, he should have dealt with that as well, instead of just waiting until he met some younger girl and now he wants to marry her and divorce his wife. Like he didn't. Okay, so if the reason, like I was saying, if the reason was okay, he has problems with his wife, he should have dealt with that. But he didn't.
Fidelity is when he cheat her, right?
No, infidelity.
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 That's what,
Fidelity is like.
I know, but he faithful. Infidelity.
Infidelity, right? So that, yes, that is infidelity.
Yes, this is infidelity. Mm-hmm. Yes, I also think so, and that's what happened. They divorced, and he married this girl, and they went to live in another place, and they have now their family. Now, when he start to cheat, I imagine to myself, they worked in the same office, and one day she came, and I imagine, don't know, but she came and she cried, and he asked her, why you crying? He was her boss. Why you cry? She said, oh, this and this happened, and he tried to calm her down and talk to her heart, and they start to talk, and he understand how deep she is, and how good she is, how righteous, and and she behave relate to him as a father, like a soft, like in the end she finds some image of real father. Maybe her father wasn't so good, or maybe she didn't have, I don't know, but they start little by little friendship, and that's it. I think in the moment when he talked to this girl first time, and he feel that she's like some sympathy to her, and some connection, and some there. In this day, he start to cheat. He should she should get out from this work, to quit from this work, and that's it. Immediately, change place, and that is infidelity. All all those things that start from ideas, some thought that comes to his mind, machshava, like a thought, you see. It's like someone told me a story. One day he gave a tramp lift, you say in English, right? Lift to some girl, a ride to some woman, his neighbor. She's divorced with one child, and they live 2 houses close to each other, like one in front of each other, and he has some problems with his wife. They have problems. And one day he gave right to his neighbor, and she asked him, you are going in this way to Jerusalem every day? He says, no, only in Monday and Tuesday. In this time? Yes, in 8 o'clock. Yes, I also. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And very good, very good. And it's short ride in Yishuv. She said, oh, I should know. Wonderful, good, very good. And he says, any time that you want, I can give you right to Jerusalem, anytime, when you want. And she told him, I always want.
She told him.
Huh?
She told him.
Yeah.
It's no message.
And since she says this sentence, it comes to his mind and he cannot get rid of this mind. I always want. And he has problem. Now, what I want to tell you, that in Chazal says that when you like a friendly, it's a good you can think that it's good attitude. It's a good quality, some part of your character, that you're friendly. You talk to people, you smile, you ask how are you and what's going on, and everything is fine. It's like a nice person. Who you call his nice person? Who is talking like this? And we have some in Torah, we have some character, some woman that she name is Shlomit Bat Divri. Shlomit Bat Divri, she was mother of this of the Egyptian that he cursed in name of Hashem. And Chazal talk about her, who she was, this Shlomit Bat Divri. They say that she was very friendly. She would say Shlomit, she say Shalom to everybody. And from that friendliness, she had this child from Egyptian, Ben HaMitzri. What it's written? Ben HaIvriya, Ben HaMitzri. What? You remember this guy?
Blasphemer.
Pardon?
Blasphemer who cursed Hashem.
Yeah. Yes. His mother talk with everybody. She was very, very open, good character, like friendly, and that it is.
You know it from his father named Divri.
Her father, Dibur. She Diber. That was what it here. And that is atmosphere of infidelity, atmosphere of cheating, of lying, of all that I think it's one of the main things that happen today in all Western world. It's not only Western, but special in Western world. There is such a thing. It calls polyamoria. Polyamoria. It means that it's not so healthy, like a physical and emotional and psychological, to have just one spouse. It's not natural. Usually, most of the animals in nature, they don't have one spouse. They have a lot. So why we should be different with from nature? Who we are? We're apes, but develop apes, right? But we are apes in a basis, right? So if apes, they have a lot of spouses, so and a lot of sexual connections, why we should be different from them? And they start to write articles and symposium and teachings and courses in university about polyamoria. It's very good things. It's keep family family that they are open family, so they are. It's much better. It's much healthier, and they talk in Bar Ilan University, religious university in Jerusalem, it's near Tel Aviv. They did this like a congress about polyamoria, and it's very special. It was a story in England about that. In England, one teacher in biology, he teach his children how to check blood test your group. You say in English group test
type.
blood group type blood type. There's A, B, all kind. Oh, yeah, all kind of. And he teach them how to find what's your type of your blood. Okay, fine. And then he says, and it's impossible that a father have, let's say, A, the child have O, or something like that. I don't remember this. There is some situation that it's impossible that it happened. Okay, he gave to his children way how to check that. The children brought it at home, and they did this test. And they came to day after, and they say that to their children that to their teacher that he did mistake. Why? Because my father he has this other type of blood, and this and. Teacher said, no, it's impossible. So another child said, my father also, I also did this, so they also didn't come. Another also. They start to check, and suddenly they discovered that 30% of children in this class, in this school, their father, they are not biological father. There is article in Globe and Mail, Canadian, the largest national newspaper. Article in this Canadian newspaper, the name of this article, Mommy's Little Secret. And Professor Dickens, who is often consulate on ethical issues by I don't know, it's in a hospital in Toronto, says that in one Britain example, up to 30% of children in classroom discovered their daddies were not their biological fathers. And this is the article, this is what it's written. And so what was the end of the story?
They were all cheating.
They fired this chutzpah teacher. And they had now rule in all England that's forbidden to make this kind of tests.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. But think about 30%, it means that 90% cheating, because 30% that they have children from that. So how many? No, it was without children. Isn't it catastrophic? And I think that it's very characterized Western culture. It's not just cheating, you understand? It's a question of there is nothing that you belong, that you loyal. There is nothing that you have some obligation to that. Everything you can change. There is nothing that you fidel to that. How is it in English? Fidel?
Loyal or committed to.
Faithful.
Faithful. Yes. You can. It depends on it's worthwhile, not worthwhile. Nothing. No ideals, no principles, nor something that doesn't make a difference what will be. I will never do that. Since like in Judaism, there is forbidden to eat meat and milk. It doesn't make a difference how you call it, and it's forbidden. You will never do that. It's something that you faithful, and the general culture that there isn't. You know, once I had, I think I told you once, I had a few years ago a program in radio that I, in Hebrew, that I in Kol Israel. It's like that. Yeah. I had the program. I talk an hour. That half an hour. It's my lectures, and another half an hour people call to my program and they ask me all kinds of questions, and what am I talk about? And in one program, someone called and he says, but and then the subject that I talk it's about Torah and science. This is the topic of all my programs. And I talk all kinds of things. Suddenly he called and he asked me, but how can you say that to believe in God it's logically, and there is some that you can prove existence of God and all kind of things, when you know that majority of the scientists, they are non-religious, they don't believe in God. So how you can say that? First of all, I told him that it's also one of the lies. A lot of lies. People, I think I told you once here in one of the lessons that there is a sociological research that did Alien Eklund. She's professor for science of sociology of science. This is her profession. Alien Eklund. And she proved that majority of scientists, they believe in God. They're not religious, but they believe. Just 34% scientists not believe. In majority. And she did it to scientists that they work with some exact, like in physics, in biology, in mathematics, not in literature, philosophy, and psychology, exact science. And but that doesn't make. I told to this guy, and what do you think? Those scientists, they are faithful people. If like it's like they are loyal to their principles and this and that. He says, yes. Say, no, I think it's the same situation here, not only in science, it's in all fields. It's in art, it's in media, in army, in politics, in court, in all people. It's like the culture of infidelity, loyalty. It's a culture that says you not have to be faithful to nothing. You are faithful only to one thing, to your good. What you think is good, you enjoy that. For that you are faithful. And this atmosphere of cheating and traitors, and this is atmosphere today in all the world. That's why they don't believe in God. A lot of people. Why they don't believe? Because they know that I lie, so all other people, they also lie. And
You said this was a lie?
they say that religious, it's a lie.
No, but there was the student. Somebody called you on the radio and said that most scientists are.
Yes.
They don't believe in Hashem.
Yes, they no. Most of the science believe to Hashem. They are not religious. Just 34% says that they don't believe in God, period. All others say, yes, we believe, but we are not Christians, we are not Muslims, we are not this and that, but they are believe that there is something. This is, you can find today now, to Alien Eklund, professor of sociology of science, sociology of science. And I brought this research in this book that you bought.
Yeah?
Yes, you didn't read this book probably. I see. Now I catched you. Yes. In my book, I bring this research with all sources and everything. Did you find now?
Eileen
Eklund. Eklund.
That's from Sweden.
Did in Oxford University Press.
Ken, Elaine, Howard Eklund.
So, you understand, the faith, it's something that you have to trust to someone. You have to rely on someone. And if you cheat, so to whom you can trust? It's and that's why when we build our family have to be established on ideas of that not I will never cheat you, I will never go with the other woman. No, it's not you won't do that or she won't do that. Everyday life, day by day life, there are all kind of rules and all kind of things that you are not friend with no other woman in the world except of your wife. Mm-hmm.
What do you do in a situation where a woman is acting friendly towards you and you know obviously that
Mm-hmm.
boundaries, but you don't want to be rude,
Yes, that is the idea that in Hebrew say you have to dry hair up.
Explain.
לייבש אותה. Just, how are you? What, you had bar mitzvah for your child, for your son? כן, תודה רבה.
Okay.
And that's it. Don't be friendly. With men, yes. With men, be very friendly. With women, no. Only your wife. Don't suggest here all kind of to make you coffee, or don't buy here something like just like a friends. And when you call to her home, if you have to call, you shouldn't say to her husband, for example, you call to phone, not telephone. You have to, שלום, מדבר יוסי כהן ממכללת אפרתה. אפשר לדבר עם גברת לוי? And even in your neighbors, in your building, you are not friends. You shouldn't ask her, no, how it was your party and your that, nothing. Shalom, shalom. It's much difficult to cheat with Geveret Finkelstein than with Ruti, though that is the same person. She is not Ruti for you. She is Geveret Finkelstein. It's no friends. And when you have this kind of atmosphere of loyalness, of fidelity, atmosphere of sanctity, in this situation, Rabbi didn't suspect to her wife. He knew, my wife, never. My husband, never. No chance. That's it.